Hello everybody! Ashley LGR here, Rosyla Streaming Network. Hello! We are going to continue our Final Fantasy XIV live stream. It's been a couple of days since I have done it last, and we are going to get around to it today. So again, we gotta do the whole, 6-minute setup kind of thing before we officially get started. I have to make sure everything's plugged in, everything's good to go. My phone is quiet. My laptop's running. Just gonna make sure that everything is up and running. Alright. Here we go. Now we can do that. And let's see here. What else are we doing? Right. Next up, we gotta get the link. Gotta get the live stream link. Then we gotta go to Twitter. We got to advertise it. On the ball today, everybody. On the ball. Hope you're all doing well today while I get this all started. Just making sure that making sure everything is good to go. Go. It is now posted on my channel, and now I just gotta post it on Discord. Oh no. I lost the link. I lost the link. Hold on, I gotta get back. There we go. Alright, so we got that back. Oh no. What is going on here? I lost it again, apparently. For some reason, it copied and then copied nothing. It's weird. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Traveler's Rest. Yeah, we'll post it there. They'll let me put it in the crossroads. Let me see. Let me see if they'll let me put it here. I don't think they're gonna let me put it here. There's nothing here. Nope. Alright, so that's fine. Everything is where it should be. I just gotta send it to one person here. If I can find them on my list. There we are. Alright. So. Advertising complete. Now we pop the chat out and we find out if it's going to work for us today, because you know how that live chat is has been on this channel. Oh, look at that. It's almost kept its configuration, but not quite. It's still a little bit too there we go. Now it's better. Just gotta pull it down a little bit. That's good. We don't want top chat. We want live chat. And let's see. Now we gotta close that. Alright, we're good there. And then I'm gonna minimize this. And let's do it. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, hold on. All right, let's do the test now. So I've got my laptop here ready to do the test. Let's try it out. Test. See if I did it right. Usually takes a couple seconds. Hey, there we go. Look at that. The live chat's working today, you guys. I did it right this time. Good stuff. All right. Make sure that's all good to go. And there we go. We are ready to go. For today, we are in Elpis. We are continuing our adventure with Warrior of Light, Coronasphere Solarius, who is now in her wonderful white Amaurotine gown, which she just looks absolutely amazing, and she just, she looks so perfect in that outfit. The perfect splitting image of Azim herself. Here with Hythlodaeus, Emet-Selk, Hermes, and his little creation, Medion, over there. As you can see, my camera's bouncing all over the place. There she is. Yep. Alright, everybody. To your stations. Action. Lives apart, or lives apart. Composure regained. Hermes is ready to return to his duties. Let me check the system configuration. Oh yeah, everything's good. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Ambistoma. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. I absolutely love this. Hi Rachel, it's great to see you again. Alright. Oh, it is a foggy day today in Elpis. Yep. We're up here like high in the clouds. And the clouds aren't disappointing today, that's for sure. Test passed. Look at that, right? That's all we always want to hear when we're doing a live stream. Making sure everything's working. So if you start your live stream, I highly do recommend you take like a couple of minutes just to test and make sure that everything's ready to go. I love the fact that they made me as tall as them. Like, I feel like I'm part of the society now. It's like, never mind a familiar of Azim. I am Azim! Oh, that is so cool that you, like, essentially get to play your part, even though, like, you, as in you, are somewhere else. Alright, let's see here. This here is a new species of Petaluda we recently set loose. I set loose a massive butterfly. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide for what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it's hubris to assume otherwise. Hubris? Yeah. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Alright, here we go. Look at all these creations, like, just fantastic looking animals. Those are definitely hostile, but look how beautiful they are. I don't know if I can... Can I get an up-close view of it without it chasing after me yet? Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that, you guys. Ah! That's what I get for looking! Don't eat me, big gigantic bird! It's like, I just want to look at you and take a picture, and the bird's like, get out of here! Oh, I love it. Those birds discourage tourism. Ah, yes, lightning pneuma. Just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. The veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Huh. Alright, let's, yeah, let's do it. That's cool. Oh, target missed. Oh, damn it. You have one job, Ashley. One job. Come on. How is my target missing? Use the lightning converger to create a ball lightning. Okay, that completed, so just speak with him. That's interesting. Perfectly done, Chronosphere. Look, See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words? Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. That's a good question. Is she both? Is she an arcane entity or living being? Let's do living being. A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. She's like a bird girl. She's adorable. With those exceptional visions, such as Hythlodaeus may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They miss nothing of note. And we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. So he's not exactly explaining what Medion really is. He's more explaining, like, he's being very cryptic about it. It's very, very interesting. Not that it should matter. She looks like she's a functioning creation, so she's doing what she's, like, been created to do. So I don't see why she wouldn't pass. She wouldn't pass the judgment of the Bureau. So you all know, the Bureau of the Architect are it's an organization in Amaurot, the capital, which handle creations and handle concepts. So when an ancient creates a concept and uses their creation magic to make it come into being, they have to go through the Bureau of the Architect in order to get it passed, and then once the Bureau allows it to go through, then I guess it's decided how that creation could be used to better the world. And judging by Hermes' how should I put it, his cryptic wording, I don't think he went to the Bureau when he designed her. And I think that's the reason why Emetselk is there. What's this? Oh! Look at that big thing. What did they call it in my time?
Amazing,
a
is it not?
goobadoo?
The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Goobadoo? I think we call it like a goobadoo or something. Or a boogadoo or something like that. It's a pretty silly name, but it's adorable.
So, how are we coming along?
Yeah, let's start looking around. Ah, I found the Elpis flowers! Second test succeeded. Pyron, welcome. Thank you for coming to watch a little bit.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Elpis flowers, yeah, that's what Heidelin gave me.
Entelekis. Like me.
A what? Yeah, like
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace.
huh.
A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Interesting.
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby.
Oh, interesting.
Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
Yeah. Oh dear. I think I've just got an epiphany.
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
Oh boy.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Oh, that is so cool.
While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Oh boy. So why did she bring me here?
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy.
Huh.
Dynamis, we call it.
Dynamis.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
She is not comprised of ether. Or maybe there's a part of her that is, that allows her to live here. Or, like, maintain form. But...
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
So let me get this straight here. Sorry for pausing the cutscene here. So it makes sense because in the last video she was really reflecting off of the emotions of both Hermes, and then when she tried to read my mind, she based herself off of the emotions that I was feeling. Free will, though. Does she have free will, though?
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, uh-oh.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt.
Oh boy.
And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation.
Oh boy. It's like an invisible energy.
What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter.
Huh.
On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis.
Interesting.
'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
But he's mastered it.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Netion?
Maybe you wanted a daughter.
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether. So much so that its name is derived from it.
That is awesome.
However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
So Dynamis is actually stronger off-world than it is on-world.
The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions.
But you have dreams of it.
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse.
So he wants her to go up there and like tap into that energy?
The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
Huh.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
So, according to him, if Dynamis is like 68.3%, that must mean that Meteon is less than 1/3 of ether and over 2/3 Dynamis.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me.
Oh dear, I hadn't thought of that. But no, my body is like fully comprised of ether. It's just Sundered. Just gonna keep clicking. I'm not gonna jump to a conclusion here yet.
So, are we the same? Intellecties.
Oh, that's a very good question now. I'm actually very curious. Sure, I don't see why I couldn't be one. Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. If I'm thin, it's because it itself didn't do a proper job. Oh.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
No! No, anything but that!
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis.
So the less aether you have, like, the more Dynamis afflicts you, or, like, channels around you, I guess. Makes perfect sense. If what he's saying is true, then Dynamis is purposely kept weaker by the ambient aether of this planet, right? And if your ether is thinner, then Dynamis has more pressure to put against you, allowing you to suddenly make distinctions differences, allowing you to see the differences between them, it becomes visible, sorta. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using for it, but...
And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it.
Oh my... The Goob-Doo is getting tired.
I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, that was a lot to take in. I've never before have I heard of Dynamis or Entelekes. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Pyron says, not weaker, it's just that it's smothered due to the natural weight of aether. See the idea of scientific weight where you could drop something in water and it would eventually stop at a depth. Yeah, that's a very good definition. You could also think of buoyancy as a concept too, where it's like if you don't if you don't have a buoyancy, like a ship's just gonna sink. Oh, that is interesting. Their greatest contribution. Emmett's suck appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me! That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming you could be persuaded to join, I still can't understand his hesitation. What do you specialize in? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. Ahem, it began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not of your concern. What now? I want to learn about the convocation. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the Council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to be either an authority in a certain field or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes Metron, specialist in aquatic life, Logriff, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry. That's interesting, husbandry. Halmarut, specialist in fungal and plant life, Emeroloth, specialist in medicine and healing, and La Habrea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity. As for the latter category, there is Ultima, advocate of the arts, Agioram, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric, Pashtara, preserver of discipline and order, Emmet Selk, keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld in the vernacular, Fandaniel, pursuer of extant phenomena, and Azim, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. What? Should I be revealing such details to you? Don't be silly. Even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. I'll tell you the tale when we're away from sensitive ears. Haha! Oh, that is really, really cool. So he, like, explained the entire Ascian Circle. Well, what would be the Ascian Circle. Because all of those titles are, like, Ascian titles. From the earlier expansions. Except for Azim, which you learn in Shadowbringers that Azim is, well, you. Well, in this case, Chronosphere. Which is just awesome. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Empolos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. This is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Alright. So if the creations aren't doing so well, then I guess they have no choice but to, like, destroy them or something. Damn. God, that's beautiful. Imagine all of this controlled by ether. Why can't planet Earth be this interesting? Why does our world have to be so freaking boring? Damn, I hate real life. Why can't real life be like this awesome? I would love to live in a time like this. Jeez. I'll turn it into story mode. I understand there is a problem with one of the Charybdis. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, crap! That's why I said maybe I shouldn't. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. Those specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water, its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we cannot get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind, yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go through such lengths. You don't know? But of course. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless. Shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do it all in their power. Be that as it may... Yes, I believe I have a solution. Ffxiv, may I trouble you to move that Shiradis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? Oh, no mischief, I assure you, but I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you won't mind. Come along, you misbegotten creature! It'd probably be what he says to it or something like that. Let's see. What's Medion have to say? We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die. Such bother when we could simply begin anew. But I shall defer to the Chief Overseer. Hythlodaeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought up this time. Yeah, what have you thought up, Hythlodaeus? Ffxiv is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Ffxiv train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see aether currents. And with his added spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I'm loath to trouble him with it. Oh, don't be. As mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Chronosphere, I want you to go to Ffxiv. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now. Good luck. In the chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words I have a favor to ask to indicate Ffxiv that you have a request. Oh, we're doing a little role play here, are we? Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Just gotta find the guy for... Oh, wow. He's way over there. Alright, let's go. Ah! No! Stay away from me! I'm busy! Don't come near me! Alright, there we go. Wow, is he ever over here? He's like on the other side of the map. We'll catch up to him though. Woo! Up there he is. Alright, here we go. Ffxiv. I have a favor to ask of you. Oh, no you don't. I am not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hythlodaeus is up to, but I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Ffxiv. With the chat mode and say please Ffxiv to plead with Ffxiv. Oh, maybe I didn't do it right. What did I have to do? I have to say it. Please, Ffxiv to plead with them. Oh, I forgot the comma. You have to say it like very specifically. Yeah. have to type it specifically. There we go.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so.
Oh, it's a Charybdis. I called it Charybdis. So it's a Charybdis. Sorry, guys.
And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Oh my god.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Ha, good old Hythlodas. Oh man, he's got all four on him now.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
No, you can't resist that face. Come on. He's gonna cave in. He's gonna do it.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Yes! Hythlodas, you know your friend well, my friend. Oh, I love it. Whoa.
I will aid it once it is taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Very nice.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Absolutely. I'm gonna turn it into story
You
mode.
were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation.
Yes, yes, I was.
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was. On the strength of my ability to see ether.
Interesting.
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
Huh.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it?
That's a very good concept
Emet-Selch
there.
has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them.
Really interesting.
Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it.
Nice.
Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
That's really, really cool.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Aw.
A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow.
Huh.
Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
Interesting.
When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him.
Very, very cool.
They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world.
At
And
least
when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star.
it's so amazing how they do that.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Maybe one day I'll be able to tell you.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Aw, that's adorable. Alright, it's flying perfectly now. It just needed a guide.
Ah yes, I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on.
Yeah.
Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Yeah, before he considers this torture. That is just so cool. Oh, I love this place. Oh, I love Elvis so much. Oh, there he is. Up. Oh, wave to Emmett Selk. Alright. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. The thing's just following him everywhere. Ah! There we go. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. Looks happy too. That's awesome. And Cardosphere and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you to continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, wouldn't it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as the specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. They're so quick to just want to be like, let's put it back into a concept crystal and figure something else out. Hermes. I'm fine, don't worry. That concludes all my present tasks. Let us return to Anagnorisis now. Alright. Oh, that is so cool. We're just gonna We're gonna do it the lazy way. And we are going to Aetherite teleport. Woo! Here we go. Alright. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with the impediment to our business. Ether to ether. Something seems to be weighing on Hermes' mind. Tell me, Chronosphere, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Nothing so far, but I'm hopeful that'll change. Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I found it yet. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaon, I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for our observation that it set upon the nearby occupites, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupites were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function, though it may not be suited for release. I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where's the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I should observe. We follow. So it seems like one of the concepts are going a little bit out of control. Or maybe they just didn't design it properly. Like a flaw in creative design. Because remember, creations have to be designed very, very specifically. You can't just say, I'm going to create this being and then blah. Like, you have to take some really serious thought into what your concept is going to be, what it's going to do, how it's going to eat, how it's going to drink, how it's going to replenish its ether. Is it carnivorous, herbivore? Is it an omnivore? Does it feed on external sources? Like, all of these things you have to conceive, right? And then you put all those thoughts into that concept crystal. It's just amazing how... Oh wow, this is a slaughter fest. This thing just murdered everything in here. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lycaon was definitely responsible, or indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett, Silk, and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaon did not escape. Damn it. Hold on, you guys. I have to take this. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I am really, really sorry about that. That is a little unprofessional of me to do that, but that call was actually very important. We are continuing. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Chronosphere. Come, come. It's down this path and over the bridge. I'm pretty sure you could tell by my, my eye movement in my hand. It's like the person was just stalling for frickin' time. I'm just like, come on. I hate calls that where they're like, oh, by the way, by the way, and it's like, yes? Did you bite your tongue or something? I'm in a new area of Elpis. Oh, grips. Ah! One of them's chasing me. No! Go away, burb! My burb is not for breeding! You stay back there. Alright, hi Medion. Oh. You're alone. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Medion is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed. Hey, there we go. We got Medion with us. Alright. Alright then, let's go. Oh, an Aetheryte, guys! We're gonna do another Aetheryte. I think that's him right there. She said he had blonde hair. But we are going to get this Aetheryte first, before I forget. Because I always forget Aetherytes. There we go. Alright, so it's gotta be this guy. If you're with Medion, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What could I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, damn it. I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Ah! Alright, so it's not him. Gotta go find him. I kind of thought it wasn't going to be that easy. Let's see. Oh. Hey, there he is. I think that's him. This is the right one. Doros! That's Doros! Well, now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycones, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't, well, return them to Catissus. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that a Lycon slaughtered occupites. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? Aye, I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environment conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive. Potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashtera may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values with prescribed limits, and to limit misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand, to manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all of creation, it is all the Lycaons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to those beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend a discussion that Emmett Salk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. She is becoming highly emotional. So, if I had to start making guesses as to what Medion is doing and feeling, Hermes seems to be doing a lot of, like, work behind the scenes of the 14, or of, I guess you could say custom. See, it seems as though Amaurotine customs signify, as what Domos just said, if so they have the power to make these creations, but if the creations are going haywire and something is seriously wrong that they can't fix quickly, customs standard operating procedure otherwise would state you unmake the design, go back to its concept form, figure out what it is that's causing the problem, remove that part of the concept so the problem is no longer there, and then remake it. Because, as he said, you're just putting it back into its original state. So, it's like, so imagine like a creature, like a full-grown creature, and you want to put it back into its original state. Well, you're essentially turning it back into an egg, into like an ovum or something, and or however animals get born. Some animals are like from an egg, for example, but yeah, like that's exactly what they're doing. Like they're putting it back into its base form, and then they're like, well, let's take this part out that's causing the problem, and then they like recreate it. But Hermes seems to be going way outside the box to try and preserve these creatures, and it looks like it's causing a problem. And I'm starting to wonder if that is what is, like, it is said that creation magics ran amok. That much we knew. In earlier live streams, we found that out by Alphino and the others who spoke of this, that creation started running amok and going nuts and insane. And I'm starting to wonder if Hermes is part of that, with his constant going off and beyond standard operating procedure by creating these machines to wipe out memories, or being very lax in standard operating procedure, where it's like it calls for these creatures to be destroyed, return to their original state, figure it out, put it back out there, and find out the result. But he seems to be like doing all kinds of different things because he doesn't want to see the creature destroyed. And so he's really kind of screwing around with the natural order of how the Amaurotines kind of keep everything in balance. So I'm starting to wonder if his meddling in the natural flow of things is what are making the concepts go more and more crazy. Because remember, memory alterations like that's not, you've seen all kinds of movies where people's memories are messed up, and then they just get more violent, and certain tendencies just can't be erased because it's part of like genetics, or it's part of, well, human nature, things like that. Like innate emotion, as opposed to like clear thinking of the mind and things like that. Anyway, that's just my assumption. Let's continue. Hi, Medion. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. A sentimental gift. You needn't be an entelechy to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Medion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Chronosphere. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Medion in your care again? I am in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Chronosphere? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way, but flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Medion is now accompanying you. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's go look for our flower. You give to your creator. Make him feel better. Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go this way. There's a lot of flower meadows here. It's all a matter of like trying to find the right one. Oh, maybe I took her to the wrong exit. I should have taken her to like the southern part. Because we're going all the way around the town now. That's hilarious. Yeah, I should have took her out like that exit right here, the southern one. I took her out the I think the western portion. All right. Oh, there it is. Up, she can actually jump over. That's good. All right, let's see what we got. Slender Tree. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Ah, here we go. Tree in bloom. This is interesting. There are flowers on this one we could grab. Vibrant purple flowers, bigger than your hands, adorn the tree. Oh, so bright and big. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Alright, let's go. Alright. Nope. I'll take her out the northern side this time. It's a beautiful Pegasus over there. Oh, there's one. Alright, what about this one? An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. Alright. Let's find a flower that isn't familiar plant. Oh, it's these things! These little buggers. The ones that spit seeds at me. Looks docile, though. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conion. A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Chronosphere, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. I could just see him now. Hey, Hermes, look what we got for you. And it's just like a machine gun of flower spitting, or a seed spitting flower. It's like, oh man, that'd just be freaking hilarious. I'd be laughing so hard. You spy nothing promising nearby, at best common looking grasses with a few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Chronosphere. Something big. Huge. Maladora's grass. Oh no! A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. That's an Adonis. These things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Chronosphere? Would he like it? Probably not that good sort of memory. I'd rather not go near that thing. So not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. Sorry, Chronosphere, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise. Yeah, let's not pick a flower from the marble, please. I would really, really not want to do that. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. There's nothing. That shiny thing over there. What could that be? An Elpis flower. Looks like an Elpis flower. Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're enteleckies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? Knowing the pain and sorrow of loss, I felt great fury and frustration. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I dare say I have a few. There's a few things in here that I would say. Been plagued by doubt and anxiety seems to be the big one. I see. Hermes has felt the same. A shortness of breath, the walls closer and closer, but not only him, no one else, but only him. No one else feels it. These Chronosphere, won't you lend them to me? Your doubt and anxiety? Might not be a good idea. I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place. Since before he created me, he needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Sure. Yeah, I'll do it. Thank you, Chronosphere. Thank you. It means so much more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how he reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Oh, man. The marble flower will smell funny? I don't know. It might keel me over. Like, I'd take one whiff of it and it'd be like, like, and I'm not being dramatic. Like, I'd probably, like, my own lungs would probably want to cough out of my chest. There she is. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait till they finished.
Hermes!
Oh. I will turn it to story mode.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Yeah, we were. Would you think we were just going to leave you?
Finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
You bet.
Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
He sounds super sad.
I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see if we could do it.
only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Mission has shared much with you.
She has. You're despairing, my friend. There's a lot going on with you.
May we talk a moment?
Absolutely. Da.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place.
Me neither, but there are limits.
And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt.
You're so pro-life, you don't understand that things have to die.
Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will. And when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. So scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful.
I knew it. He's too
No one
pro-life.
cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures.
But some are just too
And no one
dangerous.
sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Nor to miss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep.
Jeez.
Owen asked what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis. Or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Glad I could be of service. Let's have no more brooding. I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there?
Well, you're thinking way outside the box there,
What is
buddy.
it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let's head back.
Oh boy.
All right.
I just had a thought, everybody. Okay, yeah, we can definitely talk about this scene, because this scene was actually very important. Like, not only is he despairing, and not only is he going against the natural order of how the Amaurotines are doing things, but he's sending dynamis-laden creatures, by the sounds of it, because he says that Meteion has sisters, into space to look for other worlds. Yet he doesn't realize that other worlds may, like, if you're thinking from like aliens upon Earth kind of perception, other worlds may not be as kind and gentle and as forgiving as this world is. And like, what they find up there is probably not going to be what they want to find. Like, they haven't even fully understood Dynamis itself yet, which means that's a whole new discovery that they have to do locally first before they start thinking abroad. And he just took a concept, and not only did he create something out of it, he create multiples of it, and then he's like, I want to find out what's going on everywhere else. Like, he's the ethics of what he's doing is like borderline criminal almost. Like, I don't know, like, something tells me it's something's not going to go right. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Chronosphere. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him. Verdict and execution appears solemn and sorrowful. In an all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we've reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition to the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazard life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor, yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaons have served their purpose. Daros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith, as it is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Alright, so we are going back to the main aisle, just not too far away. I'm almost level 88. Nice. Alright, so we're just gonna go across this bridge, and we, looks like we're gonna go and... Whoa! They're all dead. They've already done the deed. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, but the other 3 escaped. Oh dear! I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Chronosphere handle that one. The pair in the sky you could leave to me. If this is how it must end, so be it. It is how it has to end. I will render assistance to Emitselk, unneeded though it may be. Meteon, you stay here with Doros. But Hermes? The Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours, but if you are intent on helping them, please follow my lead. Stay with Hermes, Chronosphere. He will need someone when the time comes. Alright. Where is it? Oh, it's gotta be up here then. Oh, there he is. Might need my bird for this. I summon you, Hymodian, my burb. My fighting burb. Alright, let's do it. I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. Bonk! Alright, let's go. What? Oh no, you don't. My poor bird. It's getting flame broiled. Alright. Oh, there's more. No time to rest now. Face down the light gun and its fireballs. Oh. Here we go. Thank you, Rama!
Now.
Up there it goes.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own.
It's almost like he's
Live
just...
again, if that be your desire.
It's like he is swallowed in Dynamis himself. Like, he is exceptionally emotional.
If that be your want, we are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
There it goes. Into ether. And into nothingness.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Indeed. This place is changing him.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star?
Oh
When
boy.
the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction?
Oh, he's starting to sound like Fandaniel. Oh boy.
I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death.
Oh dear gods. He's
I don't
turning into
know
a villain.
If it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts. I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
We're seeing the beginning of a villain.
Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
It's almost as though
Forgive me.
he's not created her to...
If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts.
It's almost as though he, like, created her
Meanwhile,
not to
Hitler
be able
days.
to,
I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
withstand the anger.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
She's having trouble containing the emotions that he's pushing out.
And you, my friend. I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Yes.
Aye.
Yes, we should. Let's go. So that was very interesting. We are seeing the beginning of a villain. That is how villains start. When they start to question and when they start to see things on, like, in their own perception, things that must be and reasons why they have to be, and that person is like, no, it shouldn't be this, even though it's been like this forever. I'm going to be the one to make the difference, and they go this way, and then sometimes going this way ends up going like this way, and it becomes a problem. The other Lyconians are taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Hythlodaeus wishes to witness plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Chronosphere? Will you come along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you will follow me, we must first head back to Anagnorisis. I guess I could walk it. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is exciting. I'm witnessing like Hermes becoming Fandaniel. Not the seat of Fandaniel, but the Fandaniel that foresaw the end of days, or the final days, at the beginning of Endwalker. This is him literally becoming that person. It's like this is his soul. Like, this is his origin. And yet, it's like he's a good man, but he's slowly going into darkness. Alright, Burb, you are too big for this. Get out of here. There we go. From here, we follow the path northwards to Natonius. There will be one of the Naeus which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have been previously granted. We only need use the device together once, and henceforth, you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Looks like we're going up onto that mountain up there. By the looks of things. So we're leaving the main area and going up to one of these floating islands. Mind you, the whole area is floating, but I mean, like, that one's floating a little higher than this one. So, it's gonna be exciting. This is amazing. Doesn't this sort of remind you of Allegan tech? It does! Like, the shapes and designs are like Allegan technology. It's almost as though the Allegans were able to, like, it was almost as though the Allegans were able to utilize, Amaurotine technology when they found them. Here we are, Notonius. This Neus will take us to Camelios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. Yes, totally thumbing its imagery nose at. It's like, ha! I am going to turn on story mode. Oh, that is so cool. Boop, boop, boop. Oh,
I
that is
present
so
to you
cool.
Calamelios Zephyros.
I almost said it right.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arrayus. How delightful.
An Arrayus. It's a Spriggan! It's a Spriggan! Those things are adorable.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago.
A walking shark!
Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but...
Oh! Look out! Oh, the poor shark!
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Oh my god!
Now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
It's Heidelin!
Banar, that we should meet you here.
Oh, it's Vidar! It's Heidelin! Oh my god!
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work.
Whoa.
Banar is her name, and she is the previous Azeb.
Oh my god!
Well, Hythlodaeus, you look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh boy.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Oh my goodness. She senses something.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Oh my god, she's on to me! I knew I couldn't
I do not
hide
believe
anything
we
from
have
her.
ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
Oh my god!
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
Oh my god.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
Oh my
A traveler's
goodness.
ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Nice. Thronement of primals by any chance. Sounds rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Oh my god!
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
That's where I am, my friend. Oh, I can't hide anything from her.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Oh, that's so cool!
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
Huh.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest.
It's big.
Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Yes, sir.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Oh, I got an order! Oh, he is going to tear it from my mind if I don't say anything. And I know he can do it too!
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation?
Oh my god.
I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
So all of this was orchestrated purposefully by Hydaelyn. Hydaelyn purposely pushed the blessing of light so the I have a theory here. So Hydaelyn, I bet you, knew that we would not be able to stop the final days. She must have known that we were unable to do it. And so she sent me back into the past. I don't know if it's to warn herself, or perhaps Hydaelyn's like, well, because I have been so horribly weakened by all of the rejoinings, perhaps if I send you back to my unsundered self where I was at full power, I might be able to help you figure out a way to stop it, return back to this time, and use the knowledge that I gave you as my unsundered self to assist your time. And it technically wouldn't be a time paradox, because it's simply it's not like I'm asking the unsundered Vana to come with me. It's more being like, okay, this is what's happening in my world, and you in the future are too weakened to make the change that is needed to be made, so we need to figure out some other means. And she had sent me back to ask you, in this case her, with you now at full power, what perhaps we can maybe do to stop this event from happening. And then I can take that knowledge back to my time and execute it, and we can stop the final days in my time. Which means we might not be, like, of course we're not going to be able to stop it here in this time, but with Hydaelyn Vana's knowledge being brought with me to the future, we might be able to stop it there. So that's my theory. It's so exciting! And here I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, this nebulous talk of future this and changing history that can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. The future. Our future. I am deathly curious to hear more. My apologies. Before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus which made off with it. The Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by the business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Can I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poiton Oikos. Let us meet there once we've exhausted our efforts. Oh, man! Oh, it's Hydaelyn! That is just so cool! Imagine going into the past and like meeting yourself when you were a totally different person. When like, well, in Hydaelyn's case, she looks like she's full of life and energetic and just full of spirit. Whereas the Hydaelyn in my time is like drained. She's weak, she's tired. She looks like she's just spent and exhausted. And it looks like she's fallen into not hopelessness, but of the mind that like I am now too weak to make a difference here. Oh my god. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I found it. Well, that was easy. I just saw it laying there and I was like, what's that? Hey, it's a concept crystal. Concept crystal, a scintillating crystal upon which is stored some manner of esoteric concept. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. Alright. Alright. Let's do it here. Yep. I am taking a screenshot. I want them all in the screenshot. They're so big. They're so tall. There we go. Our last searcher returns. I am afraid Arius no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it. I don't suppose you fared any better. As a matter of fact, Vana, I sorta kinda found it. The crystal! Well done! Wonderful! Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've been often asked to do so. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often then. It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azam, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. Which brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the one-way thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? A past not yet come to pass. Vana is in a cheerful mood. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Whoop. Oh! Aetheryte! Can't forget the Aetheryte. There we go. Tune to the Aetheryte. Alright. Oh wow, this is her place? Oh, it is her place. Nice. You needn't be nervous around Vana. Those white robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elidibus, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. This will be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please, make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Oh, here we go, you guys. Oh my goodness.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Oh my god.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit.
Yeah, I bet.
There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Oh my god. Here we go. Open the floodgates! It is time to tell them everything. Where do I start? Oh, it actually gives me an option. Calamity called the final days have befallen the world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards, so that'd be an interesting place to start. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. Oh, which one should I choose? Mankind has been forced to flee the star. The world's been unsundered. It's going to break. It's going to fall down to those two. Because this would explain why my ether is so low, and this would explain like the present situation. What do you guys think? Option 2 or 3? Let's see. Let's wait a few seconds. Because the live stream has to kind of catch up. So 2 or 3? Alright, let's do it. I don't want to keep the people waiting too long. Alright, let's do number 3. Mankind's being forced to flee the star.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Alright, let's do it. Open the floodgates. Here we go. Heidelin. This is your future. Emmett Silk. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Yep. Now you know.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
I have an inkling.
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amaurot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight.
You must have felt there was no
Nay.
other way.
My first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
And you did.
Even the 14 failed. Mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Emmett Salt looks like
Listen
he's
to
ready to
yourself.
blow a
Are
gasket.
you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale?
Oh dear. There's the Emmett Selk I know.
Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem.
You did, though.
You claim I recreated Amaurot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
'Cause you changed.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk, wait!
Oh dear.
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
I'm alone with Vana now. Dynamis is the key to all of this. Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I'm honestly something like it's between 1 and 2. Dynamis is key to all of this, but Hermes and Meteon are like, I don't know if Meteon is though, but Hermes definitely, because he has already been shown to go beyond any kind of standard operating procedure, and he took it to extreme, like major extremes. He even sent Meteon's little sisters, I guess you could say, out into space, I guess is what he said, to discover other worlds and like find out how they operate and see if they're different from this one. Like, why? What is the purpose of that? Like, it's all going to cause a problem. So I'm going to have to say Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved.
Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say?
Yep.
If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation.
It has to start with those two.
With that settled, it is time for action.
You bet.
The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer.
Oh my god!
Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Woo!
Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Yeah. Oh my god, it is so good! Oh my god, the plot thickens! But shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here could surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Oh my god, you guys! Oh, that is fantastic. So Vana is joining me on my quest to discover all of this. I'm working with past Heidelin, everybody. Yep. Yep. Past Heidelin, everybody. Oh my god, this is awesome. That's it. I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna take another screenshot. Oh, that's so good! See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building. Her name is Ismin. Oh, there she is. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis. From what I recall, she has held her position here for some time. Chances are she could provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Alright, let's do it. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. The following event cannot be skipped. Oh, it's going to do one of those things. It's going to be one of those things. Greetings, Ismin. Oh, there we go. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge her. Certainly, Mistress Vana. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? Interests. His interests. Well, he is an authority on flying life forms and has an expansive knowledge on living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person? As a colleague? He's a quiet man, reserved, you would say. Occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? Do you know of Medion's abilities? It's no secret that she has that she is a highly unusual familiar. As of late, the chief often makes his rounds with her like a mother hen raising her chick. I understand that she is able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I'd explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish you knew him better? The chief may not be the most gregarious individual, but he engages with us as is necessary for everyone to perform their duties. I wouldn't want to intrude upon his privacy for the sake of curiosity. Though if you wish to learn more about Medion, you could try speaking with Timaeus, another expert in the creation of flying concepts. He should be conducting his observations on the bank of the stream somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. I think nothing of it. If there's aught else you need during your stay, do not hesitate to ask. Come, Chronosphere. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time. Sorry, I need to take a screenshot because that is an awesome photo. Very first person. I really like that. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers if you could track down the colleague Ismin mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you've finished speaking with this Timaeus. Alright then. Let's go. Bloop. Bloop. Oh, Timaeus is over here. there somewhere. Oh, he's on the other side of the river. Woo! Well, didn't quite make it, but oh well. Hello? Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down, you'll startle the birds. I can't skip. Alright, we can ask questions. Here we go, first person view, everybody. What is it you wish to speak about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' fine creations? Chief Hermes' work? A worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we, who are prize elegance of form above all else, are dumbfounded by his genius. Medion 2 is a marvel, then? My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes would choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. I could say that, but I might spook him if I do this. Yeah, maybe. No. Did I not just explain how that was frowned upon? I couldn't possibly circumvent conventional practice by... Unless you were sharing such information in the hopes of receiving a constructive opinion on the application of advanced creation techniques, then I'd be practically obligated to... Timaeus launches into a rambling and unstoppable deluge of justifications! So you see, ethically, I have no choice but to allow you to disclose Medion's lesser-known qualities. Dynamis and Entelekis. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. And you know how they relate to Medion and her design? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered you think you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must be returned to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Well, I didn't fail, so that's a good thing, because usually it says failed if he's kind of had enough of me. But that was actually pretty interesting. Alright. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. Have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we're to reach any definitive conclusions. Vanna is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the entelechies which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. On that subject, was there aught else of note you could tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? Yes! Yes! I was just about to say this! I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unsolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetea Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Oh, man! So I think Vanna is having the same thoughts that I am regarding the Medion's sisters in space looking for other worlds. If she says that is a vital clue, then obviously, like, that is going to become a problem somehow. Let's see. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripetea Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Oh my goodness. Peripetea Archivist. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Alright, here we go. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteon. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I can't tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale from my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. Oh, wow. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she has ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Vana, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, you should be observing a subject in Metabasios Thalasai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing about the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vana. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azim. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with such enduring passion as you. I dare say there's not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. I have opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabasios Thalasai. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. Oh, that's so cool. Aw, damn you, clouds! I can't see. Whoa! I thought I was gonna fall. I'm gonna... Look at that, everybody. Isn't that just amazing? I swear to God, why can't Earth be this amazing? So cool. And as you can see, they have the crystal as etheric support. Oh man, that's so cool. Whoa, that's a lot of air down there. That is so amazing. The tower ahead is still part of Peripetea Crystalline. We need to ask for passage, though, to the upper tier. Mistress Vana, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there's always an observer or two out on the upper skyway. Oh, this is so cool. How big this damn place is. It's amazing. Just amazing construction. Mistress Vana, I was told not to expect... Oh, we would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately, but she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied till she is ready to receive us. Oh, man.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Absolutely. Go back to story mode. That way I don't have to click. Just amazing.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
As beautiful as ever. Some parts, yes. Not so much here. Or others, not so much. It's more beautiful here. Yeah, some parts, yes. Others, not so much.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
You bet.
Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans.
I could tell her, like, how I got my
More than
blessing.
that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveller. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
I wonder what adventure I just told her about. We did so many over the expansions.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
Always good stuff.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe.
Yep, the more you know, the more you don't.
We too are miracles.
Ow!
Each and every one of us. Born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility. Built as it is upon precarious happenstance.
Yeah, it can be easily...
I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately. To hear its voice, feel its breath.
That's why she became Azam for a while, so she could travel.
I ventured forth on a journey that very day. So very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true.
God.
Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Worthwhile, yes. Good? Oh boy. Worthwhile, absolutely.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
Scalene.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
Yes, we did.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
I still don't know about that one.
That! Yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Whether that's a good thing or bad is up to interpretation.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Oh boy! All right, so we need to do a little conversation about that. All right, so Meteon sisters are now plural, so they're Matea. That's interesting. So when she spoke of the Matea, that's like all the Meteons that went up into the sky. And of course, he left behind one. I guess, like Meteon herself, unlike all of her sisters, it seems like Meteon was is his original, and he sent copies of her out into space. And if that's the case, I'm starting to wonder if she's like some kind of a recipient. After all, she makes contact with your mind, and she interprets emotions pretty heavily. It's almost like she's like a satellite receiver or something. You know, all the other birds can act like satellites, for example, send signals down, and like she receives them and interprets them. Just a theory, really. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but yeah, it's just really amazing. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I can think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that someone will either appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the likely more possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Hi, Pyron. Good to see you again. Yeah, I was talking about Meteon. I was kind of interpreting like the Matea, which are the multiple Meteons, I guess you could say, as kind of kind of like satellites being sent into space, and Meteon herself, because Hermes kept her there, she is like a receiver. So they send all those signals down to her, and she tries to interpret for Hermes. So it's almost like she's like a satellite radio. It's just a theory, but I don't know, it just made the most sense to me in my mind. What's this? Worthy of his back. But that has a new course of investigation in mind. Alright, we will do this, and then we're gonna pause for the day. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth the Metea. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galeen said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's have a look, shall we? Alright. I shall get on my burb. Woo! Woohoo! Oh, this is so cool. I love this place. Woo! I think this is the longest live stream I've had going for a while now. This is over 3 hours. Yeah, let's not mess with that big guy. Vantage point. So this is where he sent them off, did he? There's Vanna. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? What about that one? Have you the means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. Ah, it's puppers! It's golden puppers! My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Chronosphere over to that island? Stubborn creature. There is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and yet he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos is rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You've ridden him before? Ah, your before meaning my after. Not all confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. Wait, what? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? And if this memory turns out to be a bad one, I will do what I must. Choose your battlefield. That's up to you, isn't it? If a loss would sting, then you had better win. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. Oh, no! I have to fight Vana? Oh, man, she's gonna clean my frickin' clock. How is this part of the research? Why? Why do I have to duel you? Oh no! She's gonna beat me into the ground. Oh. But why you make me do this? Oh, this is terrible. There she is. Oh dear. Alright. Shall we begin? For be warned, I will not go easy on you. Oh no! Oh dear. Oh boy. She's a paladin? Really? That's interesting. Let's see. She's gotta be a paladin. Yeah, she's a paladin. She's got a sword and shield. A crystal sword and shield. Oh, man. Alright, let's do it. Alright, but show me what you can do.
Hold back.
I will do my best. Oh my god, ow!
My blade sings!
Oh, does it now? Let's see if I... Oh my god! Oh my god! Ow! Oh, thank goodness I'm a white mage! Wow! Wow. Ah! Ah! She got me again! What's this? Whoa!
My blade sings!
I bet it does. They are also hurting! Ah! Oh, she got me again!
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Oh, what do you mean? Holy crap, she turned into a dancer! Ah!
No quarter.
Ah! Come on! Get out of there! I only have her down like 25%.
Have a taste.
Ah! Ah! Ow! Oh my god, no! I'm almost done! Ah! 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 Oh, I almost got hit! Oh my god!
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Alright, what are you gonna do to me this time? Oh my god, she's a white mage! Ah! Alright. You wanna... Oh my... Ow! Oh my god, what is she doing?
Prepare yourself.
Am I supposed to go here? Ah! Ah! No! Oh my god! Woo! What? Whoa! Whoa! Oof! Oof! I will, yeah, I will definitely use that.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Oh boy. I have to destroy this thing. Nah. Come on. Alright, got it. Whoa! There's one here I didn't see. Alright. Oh, there's another one! Ah! I'll have to destroy it with a flatus misery. Oh no! There's more of them! Ah! Ah! Oh no! No! Oh no! Oh no, there's more of them! Oh, this is gonna be brutal! No! Stop! Stop! Oh, I gotta destroy these things! Oh, yes! Oh, wow. Oh, she's got me bound!
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will!
Oh, it's almost like she's using a limit break! Oh, that's gonna hurt! How much did this do? Oh my god!
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared
Oh.
hope. I have seen enough.
Oh. Is that it? Whoo! Wow!
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you.
Oh my god! I'll be sore for weeks!
One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding.
Ow.
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest.
It's been a journey.
It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Yeah, I've learned I could take a beating.
Well now, I dare say he is warmed to you.
Oh, looks like I earned Pupper's respect.
A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Nice. Alright, Puppers, let's go! Onward! Into the air! Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Matea made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion, when we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Woo! Level 88. Enhanced Divine Benison. Oh, I got 2 of them now! I got 2 charges of Divine Benison now. Oh, that is fantastic. It's 447. Alright, we're gonna do one more. Yep. A flower upon your return. Alright. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Alright, let's go. Alright, puppers! I'm on my way! Because unfortunately my bird can't fly here. Oh! Oh my god, this has been an amazing live stream. Argos motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Ride to the isle. Oh man. And it's clear outside. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so. Wow. Now, what was the name of that tree? No something. Ah, Notophorion. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? There's the sun. Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment.
Yeah. But there's a lot of flowers here.
The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Yes, I have. Let's go story mode. I always worry about over-clicking because then I miss some. Like if I click, then the stupid thing skips. So, I don't like clicking.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Yeah, my echo is...
Come and stand before me.
So she can control the echo at her own whim. That is awesome.
There are 2 ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory.
Alright, so
The
that's
second
my echo.
requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether.
Ah, the true echo!
As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved.
Oh, that is
Such
so
memories
cool.
are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
We're able to use the echo just to our own will now in this place. It's so
All
cool.
units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
She is a satellite receiver.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last.
Oh boy.
Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence.
Yeah.
Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Interesting. Strange that he did not create her with the ability to eat and digest.
So, what is your opinion?
Oh, you wouldn't wish for the final days? I don't know. Depending on the answer that he gets, he might actually do so. Like, if things aren't going well wherever he sent those birds, he might wish for something like this. And think it's all not worth it or something, like Fandaniel from, like, Our Time does. Hey, baby. Hey, kitten. Ow! Careful with your claws. What are you doing? Sorry, guys. What are you doing? You can't fall asleep on my chest. I'm busy. I'm still live streaming. Oh, you're gonna give me kisses. Yeah, you're gonna give me a kiss. I see. I understand, but I'm busy. This is unprofessional. This is unprofessional. You're gonna have to get off of me. Yeah, it's unprofessional. Because I'm making my audience wait for my answer. Let's do... It is true. He is a gentle soul. But... he's not thinking rationally. So, yeah.
I understand. He is a gentle soul, and well-intentioned. Yet it does not take ill intent to beget ill.
No, it does not.
We must consider the possibility that something may have gone awry. Perhaps it was oversight, or simply an accident.
Or maybe he didn't think to understand things.
In light of this,
Come on.
I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness.
Ow! Nope.
'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
I often wonder if you're a cat or you're a dog. I have never seen a cat such like yourself give so many kisses, especially to the face. Like the hand, like the top of the hand I see it, but like you are an oddball. You're an oddball. Sorry about that, everybody. Breaks immersion a little bit. I do apologize, but yeah. There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Catissus Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ethosiliticos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Chronister, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them all on some few islands? The answer lies within Catissus itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, with those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the Neus north of Poetin Oikos. The fact that I am trying, alright? Like, I am trying to get these names right. Most streamers would just not friggin' give a damn to pronounce these things, but I am trying my best. How long have we been at this for? 3.5 hours? Yeah, 3.5 hours. Alright, we're gonna complete this quest and then call it a day, because my cats are starting to get a little restless here and climbing all over me and that sort of thing. In short, they're becoming a pest, and it's kind of hampering my ability to effectively live stream with them all over me like this. Especially when they're starting to claw at my legs and everything, which I don't like screaming in your ears that I'm in pain, you know? But, can't be helped here. Yeah. Definitely. It seems like the Alligans have learned to tap into Amaurotine technology. And it appears to be the teleporter Vana told you about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. Ah, good. The Neas acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Catissus Hyperborea, we will follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Alright, here we are. God, those doors are huge. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask for Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we've just discovered. Oh! Hello, you two! So that's where you've been all this time. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteon, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emitselk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that either he knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end, of that I'm certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted the investigation of our own, you see. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for your understanding. ... Yeah, let's just do ... This does not mean I believe your ridiculous story, but as Emmett Silk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. I wanna keep going! Oh my god, I want to keep going, but it's like 5 o'clock. I haven't eaten or drank anything. I haven't gone to the bathroom since I started. I have been parked right here on this chair, getting attacked by cats, and just unable to take my eyes and ears off of this game. Why you do this to me, Square Enix? I love you for it. I'm not complaining in the least. I absolutely just love this game. Oh, it is so good. But my stomach is calling me and telling me I need to tend to other matters, which means feed the dang beast. Which means I have to put a pause on our wonderful expedition here in Elpis until tomorrow. So this is where we are going to end it for today. And I will park myself right here beside Vana and Hythlodaeus. Make sure that Emmett Silk is in the picture. Absolutely. Because he deserves to be in the picture. There he is. There we go. Alright. Here everybody is. What an adventure. What a story. Just... I can't wait for tomorrow when we continue. We're going to continue tomorrow, and we're going to, like, get to the bottom of this and find out what, like, oh man. I don't know what we're going to find out. I can't even explain it. I'm just so damn excited and don't want to stop, damn it. See what you made me do? You made me stop this live stream because you're being a pest. Yes. But I love you for it, because I have to feed you. Right? And I have to feed myself. So, on behalf of my little kitten here, I am Ashley LGR, hostess of Raza Streaming Network. Here, have a... Come on. What? What? Goodness gracious. Oh, you want kisses. Okay, that's what you want. He thinks he's a dog. What can I say? Yep, you think you're a dog. Maybe you were in another life. But, in any case, for Raza Streaming Network, I am Ashley LGR, the hostess of the channel. I want to thank all my watchers, all my viewers, everyone who came to watch, whether it was for the whole 4 hours, well, almost 4 hours, or just a few seconds, or even a few minutes. Up to you guys how much time you want to watch and spend with me. I want to thank you all for that, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you all tomorrow for another Final Fantasy XIV live stream. We're actually going to do 2 live streams tomorrow. We're going to do FF14 and finish this. Hopefully we can finish this. And then I have no idea how many more quests we have left, but it seems like we're approaching the end game here. But we're gonna definitely finish this. So we're gonna spend about 3 more hours on this game, maybe 4, and then I'm gonna take like an hour or 2 break, And then we're going to do Star Wars The Old Republic and maybe finish the Trooper storyline tomorrow. And that'd be interesting. What do you think? Think this is a good idea? No, you just want me to spend time with you and like pet you for like 10 hours straight. That's what you want. You're like, nope, no games, Ashley. You pet me for 10 hours straight. Yep. Yep. So, that's the schedule. Alright, alright. I'm gonna have to like put you back down on my lap for a minute because I'm doing my ending segment. Can you wait 10 seconds? Can you wait 10 seconds? Alright. Thank you all for being patient while I was with my animal. Thank you, everybody. You all have a great day, alright?